Welcome to Talkback Feedback. This week is dedicated to everything you do and do not like seeing here on Newswatch 16.
I just saw your photographer's little photographic essay on the snowfall. It was just beautiful. Just a real nice counterpoint to the gloom and doom in Mayor to Mayhem. You guys keep up the good work. That was very pleasant.
You know, we have some very talented photographers here at the news station. Bill McCloskey, who shoots this segment for me every week. Thank you, Bill. But the little photo essay the caller references was shot by Ryan Palmer. You know, Ryan was not even at work that day. He just shot it on his own and sent it in to us. That is dedication.
After numerous years, I am totally sickened by pictures of dead deer and dead bear and all other animals on your newscast, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who agree with me. I realize that Pennsylvania hunting season is a big deal, but it is not for everyone.
And this is what you don't like. Well, clearly hunting is not for everyone, but seriously, haven't we shown even worse things on the air over the years? See what I mean? Scary stuff.
Oh, God, you did it now. You showed a gutted deer on TV. Now every tree hugger and animal activist is going to call.
Now, no need for finger pointing. Clearly, some people just don't like hunting. And you should hear the criticism we've received over some of these other pictures we've shown. You know, I think it was supposed to be Ryan Palmer. You too can call Talkback 16 at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback. Welcome to Talkback Feedback. Okay, we're ready. Sock it to us.
Seriously, guys, I hate to break it to you, but we emancipated ourselves from England over 200 years ago. Who gives a shit about the Royals? I'm sick of you and ABC and Good Morning America shoving them down our throats. Nobody cares.
The Royals? No, we're talking about the winter storm.
The Indians were better at predicting weather than you guys are. Wet your index finger, put it in the air, and see where the wind is coming from.
Hey, already done.
I'm getting sick of these weathermen. They're giving you a news from down in Williamsport on the accumulations. Nothing about the Scranton area.
Well, you know what? We've actually decided not to cover news from Scranton at all anymore. No, just kidding. Scranton's the biggest city in our entire television market. And as you can see on our weather maps, we always include Scranton, the electric city, the jewel of northeastern Pennsylvania, right there for you.
I wish the weather department would get your story straight. Joe Snyder said at the meeting last week we're going to have a coastal storm next Tuesday. All of a sudden Thursday, Kurt Allen said we're just going to have a plain, nice, sunny day. Now, Brittany said tonight again that we're going to have a coastal storm probably on Tuesday. Now, who the heck do you believe? If you don't know your weather, shut the station down completely.
Well, you know, point taken. Nah, you'd miss us too much.
I think it's pretty sad that these people just call up Talkback 16 just to trash the weathermen. If they think they can do it any better, let them go do it. You guys are doing a great job. You can't predict which way the wind's going to blow. Things change.
Well, thank you. You know, like everybody, sometimes even the weather team needs to feel loved. You too can call Talkback 16 at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback. Welcome to Talkback Feedback. Well, the holiday spirit, it's alive and well on our Talkback 16 lines.
For one of your new edition newscasters, Clay Lepar, since it's the anniversary of Rudolph, the 50th year, he is such a nice announcer, and he just reminds me so much of the dentist on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So keep up the good work. Clay.
Well, the dentist is named Hermie, and thanks to the caller from Dunmore for pointing out the resemblance. I never would have thought of it myself, but it did get us wondering who else is a look-alike with us here at Newswatch 16.
Just want to know where I can apply to be a weatherman. According to 1 inch, it's 5 o'clock on Thursday. We have 10 inches down here. I like to be a weatherman too.
So the caller from Pottsville gives us a great idea. Since the weather anchors have been, in the news a lot recently, let's begin with them. For example, it's long been felt that Tom Clark bears a striking likeness to the fictional character Snow Miser.
This is Northeastern PA. Suck it up. You're on TV complaining. What a bunch of whiners. Just shovel the snow and be quiet.
And then my idea, and this one's really a no-brainer, Kurt Aaron and Heat Miser. Heck, those two guys could be brothers.
To all those people who are negatively affected by the snow, move out of state. Go south. It's Northeast Pennsylvania. Get over it. We're getting snow this winter.
And since this is an equal opportunity segment, what about me? I mean, who do I look like? Well, I have been told many times that I'm a dead ringer for, yes, George Clooney. And, well, I can't really disagree. You too can call Talkback 16 at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback. Welcome to Talkback Feedback. We here at the news station are always very flattered whenever we get compared to some of the great figures in American history.
I'm new to the area. Every time I see Tom Clark with the train in the background, I feel like I'm watching a Mr. Rogers. He starts changing his shoes, I will not be watching the channel anymore.
Mr. Rogers was a famous Pennsylvanian, just like Tom Clark. So, in their honor, we have a number of calls tonight about a great Pennsylvania tradition.
I get so irritated when I hear people on television talk about the sport of hunting. A sport is when you have one team playing against the other. So when the deer pick up a rifle and start shooting back at the hunters, then it will become a sport.
It's funny how so many neighbors can have so many different opinions about hunting season.
I'm proud of my hunter for not only providing our family with meat, but helping to control the Pennsylvania deer population. I'm PA hunter proud, and I love my hunter. God bless all the hunters and stay safe.
But it's not just hunting. The holidays also seem to inspire some interesting opinions among our Talkback family.
So you turn on the news at 5 o'clock a.m., and what do you see? Reporters out in the parking lot to see how many people are going in how many stores. That's the top news story, idiots.
Now, no need for name calling. That isn't exactly neighborly. You too, neighbor, can call Talkback 16 at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback. Welcome to Talkback Feedback. I must admit, this week has been a very frustrating week for me.
Donald Trump's absolutely right. I am scared out of my wits to send my family into any cities right now. We were going to go to see the show in Radio City. There's no way. I'd rather lose the money than send my family into a terror zone.
See, perfect example. Mr. Trump's comments, whether you agree or disagree, are a prime topic to engage in a little constructive give and take, me and you. But alas, I'm a journalist. I get paid to report the news without any hint of opinion, even if I really, really want to have one.
All you do is show the Muslims against Trump. Why don't you show some people that are for Trump and believe in what he's saying and agree with them? That's what's wrong with this country. The media is one-sided.
Oh, but we did. This is Shauna. She's our 7 o'clock producer. She's here to tell me what I can and cannot talk about.
I noticed lately that you people on Newswatch 16 are not calling Christmas Christmas. You keep calling everything holiday. It's Christmas. It's for Christmas, not holiday.
Well, you see, in my opinion, no comment.
Okay, people, maybe somebody will get this through their heads. The holidays are here. It is not just Christmas. It is Hanukkah. There are all different kinds of celebration. Happy holidays to everybody.
Well, now the way I see it, no comment.
I'd just like to say that that John Mayer, he's got the whitest teeth I've ever seen in my life. He should be on a toothpaste commercial.
Well, yeah, speaking of white teeth. Seriously, I can't even talk about Meyer's teeth? You too can call Talkback 16 at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll be allowed to give you a little feedback. Newswatch 16 can neither confirm nor deny that John Mayer does indeed have teeth.